Past matchups have helped to prepare the Celtics as they head into their series against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and not only in the sense of defending LeBron James. Many questions were asked to the C's over the last 2 days about how their experience of defending Giannis Antetokounmpo during the first round and Ben Simmons during the second round has helped them to prepare for defending James in the Eastern Finals. While there is merit to that conversation, Boston holds just as much stock in being prepped to defend sharpshooters Kyle Korver and J.J. Korver and Smith are similar to Philadelphia shooters J.J. Redick and Marco Belinelli, whom the C's defended in the previous round, in the vein that all are more than capable of draining catch-and-shoot threes with little to no airspace. Guys that are just kind of the best shooters coming off screens. You probably start with J.R. Smith, Kyle Korver and J.J. Redick, right? Brad Stevens posed Saturday afternoon. I think that there are some similarities there to defending Philadelphia. The big difference between the Sixers and the Cavs, when it comes to premier shooters, Cleveland has got 2 of them in their starting lineup, Stevens said. And they've been as good as ever this postseason. Korver is almost exclusively a three-point shooter. Heading into the series, 80% of his shot attempts during the playoffs have been threes, and he has made 46. 2% of those long-range attempts. Smith, meanwhile, has attempted 65% of his shots from beyond the arc during the postseason, and he has made 41% of those attempts. Redick and Belinelli weren't nearly that effective against Boston, due in large part to the C's ability to shadow them throughout Philly's offensive sets, but going through the process of defending those players taught important lessons to Boston's defenders. "You just can't relax," said rookie Jason Tatum, who, along with Terry Rozier, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart and Marcus Morris will be tasked with limiting Korver's and Smith's three-point looks. "Those guys are always moving, cutting, setting screens, so if you fall asleep for half a second you'll lose them. So you've always got to stay in a stance and stay focused. Doing so becomes even more challenging when a guy like James is also involved in the opposing offense." James is arguably playing the best basketball of his career during this postseason. He enters the series averaging 34.3 points, 9.4 rebounds and 9.0 assists per game through 10 contests. The balancing act Boston will need to pull off is proving ample resistance to James, all while keeping close tabs on shooters like Korver, Smith, and Kevin Love. "Obviously we have to be alert because they're very smart doing a lot of things playing off of LeBron," said Smart. "They make a lot of good cuts and things like that, so you can't just defend the three-point line and think that's going to be it. And if the C's do the opposite, giving all of their attention to James, doubling him," Stevens said of James, "he is going to get a 3 for his team if you don't double perfectly. There is no doubt that defending James and the three-point arsenal that surrounds him is a unique challenge. However, Boston's path to the Eastern Finals has been ideal in prepping them for this scenario. The Celtics have already learned how to defend Antetokounmpo and Simmons, whose games are in many ways similar to James. Boston has also already learned how to contain three-point shooters like Redick and Belinelli, whose games are similar to Korver's and Smith's. Now, with a bid to the NBA Finals on the line, the Celtics will need to figure out how to take those lessons and execute a game plan to take away all of the above when they face James and the hot shooters who surround him.